Hello, let's talk about 2025 Wolfman. Who's not excited when a Universal Monsters movie comes out? Unfortunately, I don't think it delivered on what it set out to do. The opening intro scene starts with a wasp being brought down by a bunch of ants, and it's pretty artsy and it's really zoomed in, so I'm thinking, okay, we're going with an artsy vibe. Maybe this is gonna relay back to the story. No, it doesn't. Also, that style never really comes back throughout the entire movie, so. Following that, we get a long intro, like drone scene that pans over the house. It's got these rolling thunderclouds. It's super ominous, and I do like that, but that vibe does not stick around. It only remains for like the first quarter of the movie, and then it just dissipates into the bad scripting that ensued. I will say there is one thing that I really did like about this movie, and that is the wolf's transformation perspective. I really love the vocal distortions, but it didn't really develop any further. We're just left with this like neon forest Tumblr footage. But hearing the vocals of like the way that she can't understand him and he can't understand her and what they're actually hearing from each other was really cool and unique. The biggest reason why I don't like this movie is that it's just full of inconsistencies and stupid writing instances. Why are you letting your child pet her growling father? Why are we sleeping in the middle of the living room when there's a perfectly fine basement? Why did we climb atop the 5-foot tall greenhouse? Why is the back door suddenly fucking locked? And where the fuck did the red lipstick go? In an early interview about this movie, Jason Blum calls it a pretty hardcore horror movie. Jason. And don't get me wrong, there are really good jump scares in this movie. They're creative, they're well placed. The practical effects were fine. I don't know, the transformation I think was really good, but the end... I loved the scene of the guy gnawing through his own arm. I can stand a lot of gore. It turns out when somebody's eating their own arm, not my vibe. I did a lot of looking away for that as well. Another inconsistency, though, has to do with one of the gore scenes where he's ripping open his own jaw during the transformation, but in the next scene, it's back to normal like nothing happened. So, does this movie have cool gore? Yes. Is it hardcore? No. Apparently in the original Universal meeting for this movie, Ryan Gosling brought it forward and wanted to actually create and star in the movie himself. And I have to wonder what kind of better emotions would have been brought in with that. I was not a fan of the acting by Christopher Abbott and Julia Garner in this. Both of them just had a lot of dead eyes. We've seen Julia Garner and Christopher Abbott both do great things in other films, but this one just did not hit. Throughout the entire movie, Julia Garner, more than Christopher Abbott, seemed to just lack the appropriate emotions. Her face and her eyes were just not conveying horror, fear, sadness, like grief. None of that was coming through for me. There was even a scene where she's like holding her daughter and she almost looks like she's trying not to laugh. At the end of the movie, we get another classic horror movie trope of her and her daughter gazing out over the hill that was foreshadowed in the beginning. We know that they came up this mountain with no gas, no food, there's no electricity, they have no cell service, they have one gun with probably 2 bullets left, and that's all she wrote. That's the end. They are probably just gonna die up there, but I don't know, we'll never know. The way they left the ending makes me think there might be a Wolfman 2, and I am begging Universal to do anything else with that money. There you have it. I wouldn't waste your money going to see it in theater on Friday, but whenever it hits streaming and you check it out, let me know in the comments if you thought it was just as bad as I did. Bye!